And it looks like we are live. And let's come back here. As you will notice, we're no longer in orbit at present. Let me check the audio levels, because the boy always fiddles with them. Not too shabby. Teeny bit more. Yeah, that'll do. So we are not... there we go. We're not in orbit. We are on Calipo. And the reason is that I wasn't sure I could actually find those aeroframes that I'm convinced I am manufacturing somewhere, but goodness knows where. So what I have done is I built a little aeroframe scaffold manufactory that goes into this rocket, and this rocket has been firing a few times up into space. It's now at a backlog, and as you can see, the fact that I have finished one of the next tiers of science tells me that it's all working. I also set up a little sand rocket here, as well as a glass smeltery, because there was a stone backlog that was being caused by, where is it? Here, this guy. This guy was priority 3, yeah. This guy, which is making the bits for, I don't know, beryllium, is it? Whatever it is. It was jammed up. And I think I also had some jammed up. Yeah, I had stone get jammed up here from making the carbonite, whatever it is, cryonite rods. So cryonite was all jammed up. It was all kind of bad, so fixed. Hooray, very clever. So let's zip back up to space, because what I want to do, or back to the planet, because what I want to do is sort out the science, really, and to think about, there's the home rocket, what it would take to, that'll do, what it would take to work on the next bunch of science stuff that we want to work on. So I'll probably do that a little bit from orbit, while I also set up some other things, or from the surface, but we'll show you that. So this is going to be a relatively short stream, just it's late and I had a bunch of other admin to do, but I just thought I really wanted to show this because it's quite a milestone to get Science 3 done, and then I can get on with some sort of admin within game that's less interesting to watch, which I can do offline or online, doesn't really matter. So we are back here, and why don't we just send this rocket? This isn't balanced, which is my bad. You just get on with life. There you go. Go off and do stuff. So let us look at space, because it has been busy up there. So as you can see, Science 3 has come in, and one of the things that I fixed, which was very silly of me, is I had the wrong catalog set, because you see it shows you the next one. So I had gone right to extended, but actually it's comprehensive. So as soon as I resolved that a couple of times over, I'm sure some of you would have noticed it in the stream, all of this is now constructed. I have a great... Oh, there's only 200 there. What are you missing? Oh, these cards. Can we do that? Otherwise we will just copy that like that, and maybe we'll make that one of them there. Hopefully there'll be enough round. There's a fair amount of space science up in space. I should actually have piped these data cards, just wiggledy-jiggledy over here into this belt, and sent them on their merry way to be recycled. Speaking of which, recycling, where is my, oh my god, lol. So I actually do already have a input for recycling. What is it missing? Minus... Oh, okay. I have the wrong thermofluid. It needs to be minus 100. I've set this up poorly. So I found this minus 100. So I found this jolly stack of just nuke. Just such a shame. Just nuke all of that. Yeah. So I found this stack of little recycling activities going on here, none of which are currently now working. But the point is, this was chugging away. It was actually going pretty slowly, recycling the data cards. I don't think it was keeping up. So I am okay with the work we have done there. But a big concern I have right now is the fact that I can't tackle any large numbers of science just because the bottleneck of getting everything into this box and the amount of drones flying around. I mean, if you look now with not many drones flying around, we're pretty much sitting on 40 UPS FPS. So the less drones I have zapping about the place, the faster the game's going to run. But look, this is done. This is awesome. Airframe bulkhead. So now we have a bunch of extra techs unlocked, including spaceship, which is going to give us all kinds of things. And I don't even know how this is going to work. I just know, look, it's going to happen incredibly quickly because we've just totally overcooked everything in this game so far. So once that is done, let's have a look at what it unlocks for us. So it unlocks spaceships. So this is a whole thing I know very little about, which is another good reason for me to get this little video out, and then I will go away and research. So spaceships, I get to make a console, which actually that doesn't look too hard to make. How many of them do you need? That's not too bad. Spaceship floor. I gotta make those airframe bulkheads. So I imagine airframe bulkheads. Oh, I was gonna make them on Calipo. I was not gonna leave till I had them. Okay, I'll go back to Calipo at some point and do that because that's where the parts come from. Actually, do they? Yeah, they do. They're beryllium. They're beryllium for the bulkheads plus the spaceship floor. I can probably bring in and then ship out. Do it all at once. Spaceship walls. I've got lots of glass. Low density heat. Yeah, I can do all that. I think I might do all of that on Calipo. That seems potentially a little wasteful, but... Or do I just bring the bulkheads? I could probably just bring the bulkheads back to Novus. Yeah, I'll bring it back to Novus because then there's all these spaceship doors, spaceship rocket engine, and spaceship rocket booster tank. So that's a lot of stuff we are going to have to build, and some of that, do I need to bulk produce it? I don't think so. I think I'll be able to, kind of thinking it would make sense. I could build these really anywhere. Okay, so that's them, and I will have to do some science studying on what that all means. Under here, these things, which pondering. Yeah, I think this all needs to be done on Novus. So I'm literally scratching my beard. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Can't really see it. It's probably for the best. What if I turn on a small light? That's a very tiny light. Can't see anything. So that is fine. Okay, so we are now in the spaceship age. And with that comes responsibilities, such as I should research structural integrity for 100. And that looks like an infinity science. So we can let that run through. At least get a couple of levels in that. Probably don't have to do that all online. And what else do we have? You see, I really want to work on the survivability, but they have so much to them. Can we do this? Life support 3? Oh yeah, we can, because that was actually unlocked by the airframe bulkheads. So that's going to come through quick. They are probably going to use some weird space parts. But that's going to just mean that I think in my own suit I can take out some. What's going on? Are we having to wait? We're having to wait, aren't we? Because everything got backlogged. Because... Where are you? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Those are in. So that's handy. But... Wow. I'm not going to go up to fix this. I'm just going to do this until such time as we have it all properly solved. So let's have a look. Life support 3, airframe vitalic, and life support 2. Yeah, so that's fine. There's a very low volume item that we will make. We're not there yet for these. That's obviously in the list of things to do. We can do this 3 with Energy Science Pack 2. So iron engine. What engine do we have right now? I need to have a look at that. Dynamic emitter. No, we're not there for that. Oh, wow, 4. 3 and 1. So this is spaceship docking clamps. Docking clamps to locations. So we want to start that. What, if any, rocket engine parts do we have? We have the spaceship rocket engine. This one burns liquid rocket fuel. Oh, okay. Well, we definitely want to move away from that straight away. We don't need it, right? Hello there, Marco. You're watching me complete Science 3. It is done. And look, we have unlocked spaceship stuff. This will only be a very short stream. Just wanted to get these major techs unlocked before I did some a whole bunch of stuff on the ground. All of these things need to be worked. Spaceship parts, I've got to make this into some kind of recipe. These are all kind of done. Pretty sure those are done. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make bulkheads, and then the bulkheads will go into making all of these parts. It's going to be very exciting. It is excellent news. So I will just flick back to Calipo for you so that you can see Calipo, because what I basically went and did was I made the structural airframe manufactory because I couldn't find where it was meant to be being built from. Basically, I could have sworn I'd put it somewhere, but couldn't find it. So yeah, there we go. Now, how are we going? These are cranking along slowly, but yeah, docking clamps. I don't even know why we need them. I think because that's where the spaceships go to and from. I'm going to have to go literally watch tutorials on this because it's a whole thing. And also, why would I use the spaceship over anything else right now? Like, I know eventually it matters, but let me have a look down here. Can't do that. Can't do heavy composites yet. I do want material 3. Can't do any of those. No. I wish it colored the ones differently that you can actually. Well, I suppose it doesn't know if you can. It knows you can build them. Theoretically, it's in my list of things that I just haven't got around to yet. No. So I can easily go up this tech tree, which I will do. Increase the structural integrity. These are waiting. Not important. Not also waiting. What is that? Dynamic emitter. Change properties. Greater range scanning. Okay, that's fine. Ion engine, I think I will start that shortly, but that is a lot of stuff. So it gives me ion tanks and ion engines. That's fine. 500 of these. So this is this whole tech tree around Tier 4 Insight, making Tier 4 catalogs, 3 sciences and a satellite that brings back another type of science. You can see it deep in the description. It produces asteroid belt probe data. I actually want to start. I don't want to start them in any particular order. I think I will start this one first, and then we will do that one. So that's going to be very odd. I think for the asteroid data, I literally, if I go to the Universe Explorer, no, I want to see the interstellar map. No, I want to see not that one. I want to see this one. So I think, for example, here's an asteroid belt, and I could, is there another one closer? No, I have to set up a base here and then probe from here. So, wow, I don't have any idea how I'm going to do that. That's going to be amazing. This place, it's got some iron and a bit of water, ice and stone. I don't really care about any of those. This has got beryl, which is actually not terrible, but I usually find the belts don't, they just don't have much. If I just have a little look around. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look. That's 4.8 million. That's not too bad. The stone, but, it's a lot of hassle. So we'll pop back here. Now, what I was actually thinking of doing was doing a very quick jobbo. So here no, not here. Where are you? Over here, I've got 6 sciences coming in. Yeah. So I've got all these sciences coming in. Oh, wow, look, we're running really old tech down here. A module inserter. No. Give me an upgrade planner. I'll just upgrade the whole of that. Okay, wow, iron engine's done. Now look at the science tree here. Those catalogs which are comprised of 1, 2, 3, 4 sciences as normal, the insights which are comprised of the 4 different types of catalog, which makes 22 insights. That's very efficient. I don't even know if I can jam that in. I hope I don't have to rework the whole insight build. This, which is 2 existing datas we have, easy. This, which is we've got particle streams, easy. This, which is a kind of funny one. See, it takes 1 negative pressure and then some of that comes out as 0 point. Sometimes negative pressure comes out and some junk. So it just slowly burns. Now this is the funky one. So I've got to make a probe and I've got to launch it from a space probe rocket silo that is in an asteroid belt. So yeah, we literally have to set up an asteroid belt station. Then we have to have a return rocket. So that's 2 rockets at the location. A return rocket to take the science back. Rockets coming in to bring in the materials. Or I could actually just... I think this is probably where the spaceships are handy because they are low resource usage. Could I send a spaceship back and forth? It could take probes one way and data the other way. That would work. Build everything in orbit, but actually launch from that other location. So a small base in an asteroid belt to produce that data. And it looks like we've got another one for the star, and no doubt there'll be some other material science stuff and bioscience to worry about as well. So that is a little confusing and odd, but that's how it goes. So what I was gonna do here was like this whole setup is pretty dirty. I am going to in fact tear this out, but I don't mind the whoa, what was that? Was that me clicking that? Okay, that was weird. What I don't mind is the idea, and so to make this work I will probably just go, where are we? Something, yeah, like maybe like that, give myself a bit of room. And we are going to have to bring in, so we'll bring in some parts, and so that's 1, 2, 1, it's all actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much science do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've forgotten. Okay, cool. That's fine. Now I can bring in liquids in. I can bring in rocket fuel here. Yep. And this will be the rocket fuel to fuel those silos, because I want to have all of these just delivered directly to my space platform rather than relying on all the other ways that stuff comes in. And in fact, might even do 2 of these. Yeah, I will. Will I? I think I will. These are unlikely to generate liquids in. Like, there's unlikely to be so much traffic through here that they're going to clash with each other. But just to make sure that doesn't happen, we'll put in a restriction on the number of wagons that can come in at once. Yeah, that's fine. So these now need the correct inserters. One day I'll fix that. Okay, so that's that. They're going to bring their stuff in. I usually find some kind of intermediary, no, not like that. Some kind of intermediary tank isn't a crazy idea. Where would this go? One of the things I've been disappointed with is the non-modded tanks. How, okay, that was kind of dumb, but that'll do. Is how much they, how slow they are to move liquids around. Let's have a look. Like, why? You what? Okay, iron engine is finished. Science 4. So we learned the catalogue, so now we can actually research the creation of the Science 4, which will be fine. So wow, we've already got the, what was it? The new rocket parts. So we can produce iron engines, iron boosters, and spaceship clamps, which is cool. So up here, I want to have an unloading to bring in the rocket parts. What sort of parts do we have here? We have some compressed and we have uncompressed ones. So we'll just, which ones do we want to bring in? 2000. Maybe I'll bring in the uncompressed ones for a change. And then we'll watch everything just get really jammed up, because it always does. Connect it. Turn on my logistics. Do a little balance. I'm going to try and balance this very accurately. And then spread them out all over the show. So that's that one done. And then here's these other things, ladders, pressure vessels for carrying fluids. So it's probably like for bigger fuel tanks and stuff. We'll look for antimatter engines, heat exchangers, more life support. Spaceship Victory. Look, Spaceship Victory. It's only 10,000 of every science away. Ugh, okay. Alright, so I actually don't think, after all that effort, I can actually research anything else at all in this tree that's worthwhile. Like, I don't even want to tackle this yet, not till I fix how we do science on the surface. Worth it? Nah, it's just a pain. Zone discovery, not also worth it. So yeah. So once that comes in, oh, it did catch up. That was a bit peculiar, I feel. It was being a little odd there, I think. There was something weird going on. Okay, let us... Okay. So you're going to go to Novus orbit, and you are going to take with you... Well, I wouldn't mind some belt, but... I wouldn't mind some bloomin' inserters, but that seems to be a bit off the cards, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, boys. There they are. Come right here. I'm right here. Yeah, hit me. Thank you. So they're going to come in, and I don't have any belt, so that's fine. Yes. And then... Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, there we go, that works. It's pretty rubbish, but not the end of the world rubbish. We can get one more in here, just drain it out so I can rearrange those belts to be a bit more efficient. There we go. Okay, so that's loading, and the essential plan is to go around and do that for every single one of the silos. Let me have a look. Is that... Do I have belt? I have belt. Good. Oh wow! Look, so 780 are already like tapped out. Where would it go? And okay, kind of annoying when they're in the shade, but I can tell that they're working. Yep. So I always like to just chuck the options out there for the drones. Okay. Do we take away that request? Yeah. Why not? All right. connect that up. So that is ready to reproduce and grow more rockets as required. Just reduces the drone overhead if I don't let it do that all the time. Pondering. Yeah, so I should be able to complete this pretty promptly. Let's have a look down here. Why aren't you? Oh, we're not making any. How many of our techs require? Actually, very seldom do the ones I care about actually require military science. So we're not going to bother with the military science. Yeah, look, it just doesn't. Yeah, I just don't deal enough with. I mean, some of the later ones don't. Oh, an artillery, yes. Spaceships stuff, no. There is some shield projector, no. Heavy assembly, yes. Heavy industry. Nothing in high temperature adaptive armor. Sure, but I don't fight critters very often. No. Okay, cool. That means that is somebody else's problem for another day. So, yes, something like that. Oh wow, we actually are lacking a charge port, so I will put a big one in just for fun. No, too high. That box needs to be lined up there. Good. So you are going to something like that. Yeah, that'll do. What are we gonna do down here? I think we will take this all the way over and then up here, and then if I copy, no, come here. Like that. Cancel those. They will come in. This rocket will get built. Fuel is required, which I haven't planned very well here. So, just run it sideways. It's already built. I was going to shove my spare parts in there. Never mind. So the fuel goes here. And bam. Okay. So essentially that rocket is done. It's kind of unloading and loading a little slower than I would have thought, but I'm pretty sure this rocket will be able to fit. Yeah, like that's 100k. It's going to fit, not quite, but pretty close to that in that box, and it will take even our pretty big science network a long time to go through. So it doesn't matter if this loads too slowly at present. Here we will do the top. Might give them a belt each, just because I'm generous. Donk. Can I just copy most of this? I think so. Just do it like that. Just go something like this. I think that works. And yeah, actually I do want the belts to go that way, so yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, hang on, that doesn't work. What am I doing? That doesn't make any sense. Something like that. Okay, that's kind of terrible. I think that sort of makes sense. So, okay, cool. Those are already set for nothing, so we'll just delete them. It took way longer than I should have taken to figure that one out. So we'll unload there. What am I going to do about this one? That seems pretty good. Yes. Except the belts will come this way. In fact, the belts will stop with those two because we'll use one belt for them and then, yeah, then we'll use the other belts. Okay, that's fine. So, what are we going to do? Crashing stuff. Okay, so you... Actually, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man, that was terrible. Alright, we're sort of getting there. Sort of. Have we got them all? Almost. Yeah, that will work. Let's make sure everything's about the same line. Okay, good. Alright. Okay, is that good enough? Yes. Whew, okay. Let's get those out of my inventory. I can delete that now. Delete that. Okay, so now we just got to wire this whole thing up for sound, basically, and we will be having a good time. That's one. Might as well just do it like this. It's probably pretty wasteful. In fact, I don't think there's any probably about it because the backlog in the belts will be extreme. However, once we get through this initial backlog, it won't be too bad. Alright, that's them done. Power though, or fuel. So that's all the sciences ready to go. And then all we need to do is worry about jamming them into orbit. Which... actually just do that. Oh, well. We want to, yeah, we'll do 3 this way. That's fine. Whoops. You don't want to overload your fluid systems. I find it's really easy to do that, and it inevitably ends in disaster. You just don't get things filled up fast enough, and everyone is very sad. Much better to kind of spread the load a little bit. Okay, how's that looking? Yeah, I mean, it's starting to fuel. And those will take a fair while to unload all 100k, and then we can jiggle things around if need be to just improve the throughput there. I'll probably just want to put a straight like 4-4 balancer or something, and then pipe it straight into this big unbalancer. Okay. There's the fuel tanks filling. Are those? They're pretty full. There's a 4, and this one is... I wonder actually if I can do this, if I can, since the other one is full, if I can balance it by doing some kind of like, will that cause issues? Because these ones are already full. Don't think so. Like, I just don't want some weird fluid back and forth stuff that's going to cause drama, but I think it's okay. Get rid of those 2. Don't need them. Likewise, these 2 here, they're just extra fluff. Yep. And those 2 here. What's wrong with this rocket? It just needs sections. Alright, here come the sections. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? 1, 2, forget that. 3, 4, 5. Nothing. Rocket science. We're making that in orbit, but we're making it really kind of poorly, I want to say. I'm gonna have to industrialize it at some point, and I will probably maybe do that right next to the eventual science build, so that we're just not bothering with trains. Those 1600 science actually went through really quick, right? We could do 10,000 science in about 10 minutes, so I don't see the need to increase the physical number of science thing. What are you taking up? So you should also no longer be trying to deliver science to space. And we'll leave those on just in case we do have more military science up there. Okay, so that's fine. How are you looking for... Okay, yeah, we're going to launch these existing rockets, just get a little bit more of the rocket telemetry. Oh, actually, let's hop out. What we want to do is store all of our ground stuff and head back up into space. What else don't we need here? Grenades and explosives, barely required. So even though they found nothing, they still generate rocket telemetry. As you can see, it's slowly being unloaded there. Just waiting for... Alright. Now let's flick our toggle over to the thruster suit. Do I want to make those changes right away? I kind of... Okay, so what do we got on our suit? Oh, life support Mark 2. Okay, well... Wow, okay, everything's flying out of our body. As you do. Let's find a spare one of you guys. No. Change to life support Mark. Where is it? Manufacturing? No. Oh, it has to be made in something. Okay. So what does it have to be made in? Life support Mark 3 is airframe bulkheads. Okay, no, we're still a long way away from that. We can forget about it for now. Alright. Come on, drones, hit me. What's it looking like up there? Yeah, completely backed up here. So we will have to fix that at some point, but yeah. My plan is... What on earth is all of that? Oh, a rocket crashed. Okay, fine. And scattered stuff. Actually, what this... I need to go around and make sure each of the pads has something like this. So that is a roast... is it the roast? Nugget. Okay, nugget. Yep. I need to make sure they've all got required requests. That way the stuff goes straight back in. And in fact, and it prevents more rockets coming when I already have on the platform, you know, vast amounts of stuff. Yeah, so on the surface, how are we looking? Whoa. What on earth? What are they doing? That's weird and creepy. Where are they going? Like, what? Oh, rocket crashed here as well. Okay, good. So yeah, waves of creepy robots being weird. UPS has dropped. Looks like we basically have everything we could get from the surface now, so we'll head up. Take all this junk with us. So once we get up there, my thought is we will have to reconfigure how we do science. And that involves tearing everything out, tearing everything down, laying out the science system again. Yeah, no, it should be a good thing. Come on, rocket, let's go. Change my pre-configurations. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of groundwork. And also, I need to do the other sciences. I really do need to hit 3 in the others. It seems sensible. Like, I feel bad. So I might tackle those before I complete a spaceship. Now, look at all of these guys. Just... Is that the only place that's spare room for a nugget? Do we want to set up just like more grids of stuff? That's so much storage. Alright, regardless, that's all that. Let's go tear down the science build, the science research center, and then plan the next one, which should be pretty easy. And I'm kind of think I can do it all in one grid, but I'm not 100% sure. I reckon I can. It's just a lot of landing rockets and then parts. Like, nothing has to return, so it's just land the rockets and blow everything up into the science. So what we're going to do is change this to a provider chest, and then just tear everything up. Yeah, get rid of that too. Get rid of that. Yes. Like, don't fill my inventory up with it. Go put it in the storage chest, drones. Alright, so we're going to finish in a couple of minutes here, but if we have a look, let's go and plan where we're going to do this, because I reckon this will be pretty short and sharp. Might not show it on film, because I want to get this done. I want to get the next, start working through the next tiers of science for bio and for materials and for energy, so getting them up to 3. No, what have I got up to 3 already? So there's 2 more to get up to. I've got that to 3, and I've got energy to 3. Actually, can I research something? Do I have something yet? No. Nope. Those are all 4s. What am I thinking? Oh no. 3. So I've got to get materials up to 3, and I've got to get bio up to 3. Bio up to 3 is a pain, just because you got to grow all those weird bio things, and they're just difficult. But hey, they'll get done. I'll probably do bio first so it can backlog and work really slowly while I work on materials. And I'll probably do a video for each of them, but with them mostly done. And here, where do I want to do the science? Should probably want to do it up a bit more. It's pretty standalone. I mean, arguably could even be done where I just flew from, of course. But then again, we've got science, because they're still going to get flown in, although I would love to train them, but I don't really see the point. The trains are just overkill, I would have thought, for the amount of science that we're making here. 100 drones flying back and forth keeps everything ticking. Alright, so just up here, it's going to be really simple. We are going to put down, maybe I'll do it from the top, cascading downwards. And I haven't brought enough with me, so it's going to be something like might keep them away from there just in case for whatever reason. And then we'll do, how many is it? I'm going to put a gap between them. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So something like that. And then how am I going to get them into each of these guys? So these guys are pretty chunky, right? And what I need to put vaguely in them, no, maybe more than in the middle. Something like that. Yeah. What I've typically done is just loaded them down from the vertical. So oh, that's a great disappointment. Oh, that's now too far, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Where is everything else? And then what we will do is those two, those two, those two, those two. So you can see what's going to happen. Basically, I'll bring in the belts. How am I going to run these belts? It's going to be something like I've done before with multiple belts. And then there's going to be 5 there. But also I might bring in belts from below eventually. So we better make sure to do that. Oh. I'm pretty sure that the system is smart enough that it will understand how not to mess that up. So that it can pull them in without causing trouble. And then we will... Where are they all? Anyone coming to help? Nope, they're just busy down there. And those all got torn out? Yep. So... do I want any from the side? No. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I could actually I really want more of the constructions. Yeah, so that's that done. So what I'm thinking is actually what I might do is have them come in like alright, that's fine. Like coming in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's heaps and heaps and heaps of room. And if I bring a belt in, that's a lot of weird splitters. Almost would be better to rotate this and just do it in a big column of 3, but 5 at the top. It's only 3 belts. And we're already out? Yeah, so we are. Okay, so these ones are in. Good. Let's see what that would look like. So we have 1 belt, and it's going to have all of them. And we're going to have a 2nd belt. Probably going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need them to be that far apart, to be honest. What would be handy? I'm just always conscious there's always at some point something that'll come along that I desperately wanted to be in these gaps, and I will be sad if I can't put something through. So 3 is enough for some stuff. So we have 1, and that one is going to... See, that's actually kind of true. You can do like that. That's really easy. Yeah, okay. And then this one here will be very similar, except it will go like this. And one of them's going to come the other way. So we know how to do that because we can do that for that one. and then that's either side of the double. Okay. Like that. And then the final one, which we will put here because we might eventually be able to jam more in. Yeah, that works all right. So we can either bring them in by train. Like, I think rocket science is so prolifically demanded that we will probably eventually bring it in by train. And we'll do that. And in this specific case, we will go like this. And will we go down? Oh, look at that. I mean, who couldn't love that? That is gorgeous. All right. So we're just going to go through. This is going to be red science. Green. Actually, I don't think we're ever going to need to use the black science, the military science. Blue science, purple science, and yellow science. Don't even want to give them their proper names. Okay. What are we going to do about... Oh, we're going to put... Kind of wish I had the slightly larger boxes here. So this is going to be the capsules, because we're now recovering so many of the parts, the rocket parts. In fact, got a better idea. There, which we will copy. And I might even pump those rocket parts right back into the network. So what do we have up here? Like, I can compress them and put them back on the network, because that's going to be a fair whack of stuff coming down. Let's send these up while we plan this, so we can get that all moving. Where is it? Here. Wow, okay. So blue science. No, we want to go to any landing pad with name, because that's in order. Blue science. And I'm just going to launch it because I want to see it. Any landing pad. Green science. Launch on cargo full. Wow, they take a while to load. Any landing pad with name. Red science. Launch on cargo full. Oh, it's not even close to full. What have you guys been doing? It looks like they've been slacking. Oh, I've got to be careful not to tick the wrong thing, or it will launch before I have an actual destination. Purple science, launch on cargo full. And if you think about how long we've been up there, I guess these are stacks of 200. They're enormous. Any landing pad with name. Yellow science, launch on cargo full. Launch. So there you go, rockets just departing. Why aren't you? Oh, you're already built. Okay, cool. So we have red science, and what I'm going to do is take those, and then this one is green. Yeah, they're all populating. Excellent. And I can just double that across and make it all move. It's a good squiggly. Yes, thank you, Marco. I think people often forget how you can make nice little squigglies and jam quite a lot of products in, especially in these space exploration size builds, right? You can actually get a lot of products into a single location. Purple, the little rainbow of science. So finally I'm going to be able to start unlocking the higher tier survivability and what have you, which is just absolutely killing me at present. Here come the purples. Except that I need rockets, the actual rocket science production to be a lot better, but nah, we'll worry about that. In fact, why don't I put in a request chest right here for all of those, like 5,000 or something. There we go. So now those are all fully loaded, happy as Larry. None of them are being backfilled in weird ways. It will only take ones that needs it. Yeah, that works really well. So what I will do is, let's have a look at Nauvis Orbit. No, this. So in Nauvis Orbit, we are currently stocking compressed parts. So what I will do is take these compressed parts out. See, I knew there would be a reason to do this like this. And we will jam them eventually back into the network. And we'll put a priority on it as well. Because what I want to do, actually... Yeah. What I want to do is... not waste them and not let them sit in a box and then clutter up the boxes. Request priority 2. Wonderful. So now we will... How am I going to do this? I do want to balance, because balancing is so important when we're facing these ridiculous parts. What am I looking for? Space compression factory. Can I do like how many am I gonna? Something like that, and it's gonna be these parts. I almost wonder if they just go straight into... actually, can we... Yeah, we can. And then pack them into a rocket section. And okay, pop them back in. That's going to work very slowly with some of that, and then let's have a look if we can make this work. It's only 3. Okay. It is a... No, 3 to 4. Okay, waiting. Yeah, so surplus rocket parts should be pretty easy to get rid of. They'll get picked up by somewhere else on the network. They're usually really happy to do that. Oh, actually I've got a bunch of compressed ones already. Take those. Is that looking about right? Yes. So that... Are they moving at reasonable speed? Oh yeah, I mean look, they've already cleared those two out. And that's already faster than we're going to research ever in our entire lives. So that is pretty good. And that means that, for example, we could just start cranking into rocket survivability and... oh, it won't do anything because we don't have any astrometric science loaded. However, the concept is sound, I would like to think. So let's just copy all of that. Put it there. Look at that beautiful rainbow. That is pretty sweet looking. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, so what happens is the you don't actually have to tell it, which is really good. So you can see, for example, here, launch is delayed because it doesn't have, everything's not ready yet. It launches on cargo full. I'm trying to see an example. So this is full of copper, launch on cargo full, any landing pad with name copper, which is anywhere in the system. I've got heaps of them, there's 7 of them out there, and waiting for any landing pad to empty. So it kind of is in a one to any system, and it works really well. I've got weird stupid logic things here, but you don't need them. So I figured that out fairly late. So for example, probably just about anywhere. Yeah, it works really, really easily. Fuel, here you go. I have a nuclear fuel, any landing pad with nuclear fuel, launch delayed. It loads up with the space capsule, the rocket sections, which it turns into, takes out of the inventory and disappears. Sometimes you load a couple more in just by accident, don't really care. And rocket fuel, which it sucks out. And now it's just ready to do that. What I actually kind of need to do is actually to get these built so that or at least a couple more done, so that I can meet my objective of, how many more? I could probably put one more row, right? Would that be overkill? It probably would be, but no one ever complained about an overkill. Yeah, that's probably heaps, I would say. And if I have to, I can bring more in, but I would like to... kind of regret that I don't have the option to side load, because I could put all the tier 1, 2, 3 sciences in from the side. As it is, they're going to have to go in a box and just be plopped in. But fundamentally, this is pretty sound. Do I want to do something similar at the other end? I probably do. But if that rocket explodes, it'll take half the solar system with it. Yeah, there's some rockets out there full of fuel and nuclear weapons. And, I don't know if you've seen that. That's the other fun thing. So, in space exploration, you can have nuclear, or you can have rockets that fire missiles. And I have them on automatic. Here comes the missile, the bomb. Boom. And it's going to continue to fire nuclear missiles as long as it can build them, which is neat. And Rose itself doesn't really need that protection, but I'm actually not sure when it ever would. Fire, fire, fire. I can manually target it, but other nukes nearby. But this does the job too. Splat. It's kind of pointless just because, I have these really significant defenses here. I just don't like the fact that they eat UPS. So in the near science tech future, I believe I can just wipe all life from a planet, and that would be pretty high on my priority list. I think it's a UPS saver. And what I will now do is turn off the continued manufacture of these weapons, or the continuous shipping, because it will slowly explore the map as it does it. And it's not necessary, but it's fun. So, I got to think about something what to do with my rocket science. I'm not producing enough of it, but the actual rocket science itself is very intensive. I can bring a train with machine learning. I can bring a rocket with vulcanite blocks, solid fuel rocket, telemetry rocket, an empty barrel rocket, and the chemical gel is the real kicker though, because it really consumes heaps of it. And but I do kind of want, I mean, do I want rocket survivability, or am I moving to spaceships? Does it matter? I don't know. So, well, here it is, it's down here. There's no point in building something that's so massive that you're never gonna get to use it. Which, just looking at my whole factory, is like, I should have learned that lesson a long time ago. It's just too big. So here is my very simple little rocket. Oh yeah, that's right, we're not demanding these at the recycling center, so I will have to figure out what to do about that. So yeah, parts come in here, and rocket science pops out there, and then drones have to fly the jolly stuff all over the show. So where is our recycling center again? It is, the base keeps growing and I keep losing things. Oh, it's all the way up there. Okay, that's fine. I really want to get that started. We have to get this junk out of there. Drock, the game is overcomplicated. That is correct. It is. And especially with space exploration on, it's way overcomplicated. But in a good way. I'm actually kind of liking the names on the map now. Kind of growing in favor of that. Oh, that's right. I was going to sort this out. In fact, what was I going to do exactly? I was just going to output that like that, and then put in, bam, like that's, and yeah, okay. Can I just I'll just put that there. Do I want to do that as a thing? Oh, why not? Request for me, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, 5,000 of these. Yep. Okay, yeah, you guys do that. Now, where was I going to? I was going to have to exit the other ones out of the system in a kind of less dirty way. So those ones will pop out fine. I want to get all of these out. They can just go sit in a storage box somewhere until I have the setup for them. Okay, good. Yeah, exit all that junk. Oh my goodness, so much. And that's just going to go into the network anyway. And this one down here, you. Here you go, watch the spaghetti. This is going to be amazing. There we go. That works. Don't tell me it doesn't, because I know it does. And we have, I might crank it up, let it crank a bit more. There we go. So now out come all the dirty stuff and into the network. Yay, very exciting. Cool. Never got past oil processing. Oil processing is definitely a thing I've used blueprints for, J-Rock. So you can Google up like oil processing blueprint and just smack that bad boy down, stick the inputs in one end. And the other thing you absolutely want to get is the water fill. So install the water fill mod. You want to be able to put water wherever you like it. And my rule is, even though I can probably do that in space on worlds that, like I've got a world here that doesn't have water, I don't cheat and use water there. But if the world has water on it, I don't see why I can't drill a like, what is that? Oh yeah, I don't see why I can't drill a blimmin' well, so to speak, because running water pipes all over the map, and that's just unpleasant. So cool, they're happy working again. Good. So yeah, get a blueprint and use water fill is my advice. I haven't been using blueprints on the ground, so I'll show you what the ground looks like. Where is a good example of someone else's water oil build? Here. So this is a coal cracking build I basically borrowed off a YouTuber whose name I forget. He's pretty grand. It's pretty old, as you can see, and it's all just completely backed up, which is fine. But these ran for ages. These days I just kind of guess. And here's an example down here. This is designed just to make petroleum. Oil comes in, gets turned into petroleum, and then I use this thing called a rate calculator. And so the rate calculator, I select this, and it tells me it's going to make 1,000 petroleum, and which is at 1 pipe's worth basically. And I'm like, cool. And it needs some water. How much water does it need? 400. That's half a pipe's worth. Fine. And then I just double it because I wanted more. It's probably not as efficient. Up here there's a whole build that I borrowed from someone again, so yeah, that's fine. And somewhere here I did I just want this one, I just want this type of oil refining, and I just made a dedicated thing. And so what it said was that it's going to take crude oil and it's going to spit out a whole bunch of light oil, which is what I want, and a little bit of petroleum and a little bit of a heavy oil. And what I did was, because I only want light oil, I just took that heavy oil and in this machine I cranked it into more stuff. So this little stack takes 620, consumes 200, produces 170, and produces 800, and who knows what. Who knows even how it works. But over time, all things equal out, and you don't have to stress too much, I don't think. The most time I spent on this game is this one, which is currently sitting on that amount of hours, which is horrendous. Some of that is I would say AFK time, but not a lot. Like if I'm building in space, wow, over 40 UPS, I frequently will just use a blueprint and just go like bonk, and then my drones will fly out and do it. And for that stuff I may just be watching YouTube while they do that, because it can kill the UPS, can make the game run a bit slow. But I'd probably still say 80% of it, 90% of it is playtime. I've been playing this for months. Oh, you can go all the way back to the first video and see how it started, and that was after I'd got the basic base done. So yeah, ages. Now, I want to make these. Can I? No. Okay. I want to make these. Can I? No. Okay, I need to make a bunch of these. Can I? No, what? No copper plate in the network. Okay, that's unusual. I will have to steal copper plate from over here, which I can do. Yoink. So let's copy a couple of these maybe. And we'll just put them in these simple chests. There we go. What are you saying there? Is space all sectors? So I'll show you how. So this is the solar system we're in, which has the sun, and I can view the surface of the sun. Apparently that is the surface of the sun. Forget about that. Don't worry about that. That's fine. And also, actually, I think it means the orbit. Yeah, so that's the orbit. And then these are the planets around. And I think these are randomly generated outside of Nauvis. I think the names and all of that are, but how many there are. So here's Agni. this world produces my vulcanite and my holmium, which is a special resource for space exploration. All the flashing is because they all want modules, and I just don't have enough modules for them all. There's no biters on these worlds. I've generally chosen worlds without biters. Then there's Nauvis, and Nauvis, all the worlds have orbit. There's Nauvis Orbit, which we're currently looking at, and Nauvis, which you saw. Sneck, I didn't like the look of. It has some stuff, and I don't need those boring things. But Rose, on the other hand, does have Vitamelange, which is vital. And unfortunately for me, Rose also has biters. So, man, getting flashbacks. Building this out was pretty cool. Sort of stepping it out, putting out the walls. And I have basically a row of just artillery. It's all brought in by rocket. Turrets, bit of oil as well. And basically up. These are all depots, by the way, for trains. I'm using the LTN train mod, and that allows trains to be called and to deliver, just like drones do, just like the requester chests do. So here's a standard setup. Shells, ammo for the anti-meteor rocket, anti-meteor artillery, fuel, parts, rocket pods, other stuff. It all gets brought in there. Some of it gets chucked into chests. Drones move it around. So after Rose, we have Fornax, which is a nice world for the Iridite resource. And you've got big fancy solar panels here. And again, similar stuff. Anti-meteor stuff, and then fuel ammo, space capsules. That was Fornax, and Calipo is the last one. Calipo is an ice world. It's very far away, so I need to run nuclear power out here, or I can't keep up. Even though if you look at my solar panels, there's a lot out here for a small world. So, and actually worlds do have a size. So if I show you the planet Nauvis, I explored to the edge, so you can see that is the basically the entire sphere. Which means I will run out of resources eventually on this planet, even though I am core mining, which is here. That's a whole tech that is specific to space exploration as well, and allows you to pull a set of resources out of the ground, out of the core, and then crunch them, and you get a bit of oil, you get a bit of uranium, you get dirt, and a bunch of other stuff, vulcanite, ore. Yeah. Okay, game. What are you doing? What? $62,000. No, that is totally wrong. Why would you? How many are in there? Why would it need 62,000? How many does it think it's building? Single cylinder engines. Okay, I'm gotta go to the surface and tell the surface rocket. So this rocket gets these weird controls. I want to send up like 1,000, and now it's going to request. Okay, fine. Oh, the sheer amount of moving material is currently confusing it. I keep seeing some kind of copper order, and I'm not quite sure why. So once the single cylinder engines start piling in, we'll send that rocket up and it'll stock us up. Wow, okay, that was weird. Do you have to scan each planet before you build? You don't have to, but you generally do. I don't know why you would. You can just send a rocket. So for example, I could... here is my little return rocket that I use. I also have a little capsule that I can put down, which is very adorable. That gets me to the surface. But I don't need that. I want a big rocket. And I could jump in there and I could just say, if there wasn't a landing pad there, it would just be to general vicinity. And so your first... Oh wow, that should launch on cargo full. Cool, that's going to take off. So launching general vicinity means the rocket falls apart, you survive, some of what else you brings survives as well. So usually when I visit a planet, I just load my own inventory up, maybe chuck some other stuff in it, and then just crash into the planet, put down all the rocket pad landing pads, and then send all the supplies I need. and then you just start building from there, bring a bunch of drones and all the other junk. So that rocket will start being rebuilt. It gets rebuilt out of parts, which you can see here are being uncompressed from their stacked state. And now the parts are full. The rocket's going to suddenly come out of the silo. And I do really, really enjoy the space exploration art. It's just really cool. They've done a fantastic job. Even though that rocket looks really, really desperate. Like, I can't believe we're building interstellar network, well, interplanetary network. Interstellar once we get our spaceships fixed and built, which we have only just started. So, do we have the... How many are in there? Sure, let's send. So that recipe requires 10, so we got 1,000, so we got enough for 100. And from memory it takes a bunch to make a bunch to make a bunch. So that takes just one of them, and that takes 10 of them. So it means we've got enough for 10 more electric labs? I think so. Let's see these get made. Here we go. Rockets landed. All the cargo sections have come down, safe and sound. Gonna unload. Not entirely because everything is so full. Heesh. I'm just gonna put a bunch of boxes here to clear things out. I'm kind of running out of cargo space. There we go. That'll help. Are they going to start moving? How about I help by grabbing all of this and putting it... Okay. Turn off my personal logistics. Put them in there. Okay, turn on my personal logistics. Okay. They making? Yeah, they'll be cranking through those at great speed. Is it done? Now make these. Put them in. Yeah, that's just burning through them. Like, I kind of probably shouldn't have to do this manually, but I don't have to do that very often. Oh yeah, that's heaps of them. Give me all of them. So getting 10 each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Alright, and now we can say make the advanced space ones. Our drones are crashing into each other. That's not, unfortunately, terrifyingly normal. Okay. Done. Alright. Let's flick back to that. And then we can go fly over and get these delivered. And I think we'll probably call it quits about then. Because otherwise we will be here all day. So I think my plans for the rest of this episode, or for the next couple of days, are to finish this little science build. And I'll probably put in some large requester chests that will load in the similar way to the top of the belt, top of the science stack. They'll load into the bottom. And they will be one for each science type, and I'll make it so that way I can kind of maybe easily replace them in the future. Oh, there we go. Science stack is up here. By that I mean, if I do ever put things on the belt on a train, I can bring them in like top and bottom here, like there's room for 4 there. Out they go. Yeah, there's more. No, there isn't more. What? Okay, well, we just trust that there will be. I think some of them are probably in boxes. And one of the things I will do, actually, come to think of it, is put and request the red science. So this will keep these topped up with all of the sciences that are currently just clogging up my system in varying places. So that. There's a real issue I get where I'm just filling up so many boxes with stuff. Like my actual inventory is insane. So this is my inventory for just things that are up here in space. Like I don't even know quite how we've got some of these things in so much capacity. Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's fine. Not a problem. I'm not going to cry. Not much. And yellow. Have a real intense job. I find it quite meditative. Like once you get it moving, I kind of want to do another row, you know. Is that within the... No, it's not. There's something elegant about that, isn't there? And now what I would do is... Can I... I'm just wondering if I went like this and horizontally flipped them. I think that works. And then I could just go like this and no, not jump, flip, rotate. There we go. So then in theory I can maybe I will, and then I can put in like and there's actually going to be so many. Just realized. Energy science. Oh man. I might have to do that this side and this side because I'm going to have, I mean, let's just have a look. So I've got rocket and all of those, and then I have energy science 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's too many. Yeah, okay, so I am going to have to tear this down apart, which is a bit of a pain. I'm going to have to space all of these out by 1 so that I can have, I should have done that. I should have expected that, and then add gaps in here so that I can fit feeders pulling in science from the side, because boxes are going to have to be here delivering science in this way across. So like energy science 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 2 belts. Material science is another 2 belts, so that's, and then so I can afford to do 3, so that's 2 belts. There's 4, 8, so that's 8 belts. I've got 3 here, so that's 3 and 3, 3 and 2. And then I would have another 2 belts to do like the weird special science that comes later on. Yep. Wow, that's going to be a thing. But that's okay, it's nothing that a bunch of boxes and some reconfiguring can't solve. I have tried Foundry? I don't know Foundry. I'm going to have a look for it. No. I have played Satisfactory though, which I quite enjoy. I've even got, you won't be able to see this, if I flick back here you will. They even sent me a little cute coin for covering it. It's got a goat on it because of Goat Simulator. Yeah, and a couple of cute postcards and a hoodie, which is awesome. But you know what? I think it's time that I stop there. I will have to just space and reconfigure this one a little bit, which, you know, you'll get to see in due course. But for now, it's been awesome having you guys around. If you're curious as to how I got to this position in terms of my factory, then you can go back in time and look at all of the insane things that we built. And hope to catch you again soon. Until then, I've been Tony Pirate. Good night.